brainiacs. Yeah, man. Brains, what's up, my friends? Everybody worldwide, globally, we are, yeah, man, here on planet Dirt. As well, we call her Gaia. She's got a name, no doubt about it. It is the Matrix, my friends. The Matrix Minds worldwide. Yeah. I need you to share that broadcast, share that podcast. Welcome aboard, my friends. Wherever you are, where and whatever. Man, woman, child. Look, we'll try to keep it at a low key tonight, but I'm going to tell you what. Tonight is going to be absolute fire. I remember, check this out. I remember standing in line. I remember standing in line at a local theater trying to get my ticket. Get my ticket for The Matrix, right? I was all dressed out with my punk, well, you know me, I'm an 80s guy. I had my, whatever, I think there's like a faded t-shirt, Def Leppard jeans, just looking all 80s. Flashback, I had Matrix pants on. I had Matrix spandex underneath of my jeans. It was all tore up. Why? Because, well, The Matrix. I was so pumped about that movie because I'm a computer guy. So, yeah, man. Who else to break the Matrix? I've been breaking this Matrix for a long time, and I couldn't wait to see this, bro. So, anyway, look, the man, the myth, the man behind the Matrix. I mean the Immortals. I say the Immortals because, well, Tommy ain't no stranger to this show. Tom is a good friend to this show. And let me tell you what, this is the real story. This is an update, my friends. This is an update to one of the greatest movies ever known on this planet, The Matrix, which never really was The Matrix. Let me just tell you, it was never The Matrix. Okay? We're going to discuss that and everything else that we need to right after this. On the other side of this, Brainiacs, don't forget, share this broadcast, share this podcast. We rely on you. No doubt. Be generous, share it, love it, like it. See you on the other side of this. Hang on, baby, because we're going to tear shit up tonight, man. Crank it up.
It's unknown, but we're getting to know it a lot better. Tremendous things are happening. Great spirit. It's unknown, but we're getting to know it a lot better.
Clear to engage.
Enemy.
Think again.
The very word secrecy is repugnant. The very word secrecy is repugnant.
What difference at this point does it make? What difference at this point does it make?
That American citizens who collaborate with the enemy have considered enemy combatants.
They can be. They can be. They're sometimes criminally prosecuted, sometimes treated in the military.
Well, let's talk about can be. I think
under Supreme Court precedent.
Right. There's a Supreme Court decision that said that American citizens who collaborated with Nazi saboteurs were tried by the military. Is that correct?
That is correct.
I think a couple of them were executed.
Yeah.
So if anybody doubts, there's a long-standing history in this country that your constitutional rights follow you wherever you go, but you don't have a constitutional right to turn on your own government and collaborate with the enemy of the nation.
Nobody knows the system better than me.
Of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings.
The system is rigged against our citizens. System is rigged against our citizens. System is rigged against our citizens.
formidable enemy.
Ah,
For a while,
Brainiacs.
but we win. We win. That's beautiful. These are beautiful, wonderful children.
You just wait. It does not get any more badass than that intro. I'm gonna tell you right now. It does not get any more badass than that intro. I did that specifically. Tom, I call him Tommy. Friends. He said, my friends call me Tommy Althouse. I'm gonna tell you right now, Brains. Let's get over to you guys. Let's get over to Tom. Mr. Tom Althouse is with us in the house, no doubt about it. Turn this background music down. Make sure that I got the Brains over in the chat. Tommy, once again, my brother, my friend that Facebook did not want me and you to talk, or just whatever. They just hid me from you and you from me.
They're
What's
afraid
up?
of certain combinations. It's great to be here with you, and it's not coming, but they are afraid of certain combinations. They know that the right teaming will get the public to catch on, and they don't want that. They don't want that at all. They want us isolated, separated, and they even try to make it look like we're turning against each other by, dissolving friendships and things like that. It's crazy.
Shout out to Alexa Jameson, to you as well, Tommy. She's like, I love Tom Althouse. Love Tommy, love you. Tom, you got some friends in Australia, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now,
Yeah.
some friends from the Matrix that love you to death, dude. We do.
Well, I appreciate it.
Mr. Pyle's got his rum and coke. He's ready. They're ready. They're ready for an update, dude. I have no idea. Let me. You know what? Hang on. I got something. You should be able to hear this. You should be able to hear this. Ready? Ready? All right. Boom, baby.
All right.
I'm ready. For those that don't know Tom Althouse, okay? For those that are just tuning in that don't know who Tom Althouse is, who is Tom Althouse? Because I know everybody over here knows who the hell you are. Who are you? And why did I name this show? You can answer this. Why did I name this show The Man Behind the Matrix? Oh, wait. I mean, The Immortals. Why did I name it that, Tom?
Right.
Who are you?
Right. Well, I'm the writer. I'm the writer. I'm a guy who wants to see the world. Like I said, one of my quotes online is that I wasn't here to upset the apple cart. I wanted to make it more accessible. So it's like the idea that we all deserve fair shots. We all deserve what we've worked so hard collectively to achieve. And no one should strip that away from us. And no one should say that the rules are changed for us. And so really, it should be the creative thinkers, the geniuses that create great work, that lift the ceiling on what's possible, that encourage creativity, invention, things like that. We should be free range. We should not be yoked to the plow or to the wheel, the Conan wheel. We should be allowed to be free range. And that way our creative powers and abilities will line up with others with that, and we can change the world for the better. You just have to free up your thinkers, your visionaries, free them up. But instead, we have a system in place, the Cabal system, which we yoke them, we jail them, we try to entice them, we ruin everything they touch. They ruin.
The author. Whenever see, there's a screen. You should, Tommy. You should be able to see. You should be able to see my screen here. And
right too.
Okay, hang on. This right here. What are we showing the people right here? You're very well aware of what is this?
Right, that is the copyright official one that's certified. So what the Copyright Office can do is give you a certified copy of your screenplay, which will be the gold seal, the blue ribbon, bolted. And they said there's no way that can be argued. There's no way it can be contested when they do that and then sign it, witness it, the director of the Copyright Office and the supervisory copyright specialist. That cannot be contested. And so that's 128 pages of the Matrix story, the Immortals. Now, what's interesting is the other side, Warner Brothers and Disney, what they did was they copyrighted the title, The Immortals. They didn't copyright Matrix. They copyrighted the Immortals, my screenplay, after I submitted. So they put a copyright in, and then they put it under Dina Laurentiis, who was the one that's known for whining and dining the Wachowskis when they were nothing.
No,
and so
hang on. For those that don't know who the brothers are, for those that don't know the Wachowskis brothers, who are they? Tell them who they are first.
They were guys that failed at everything. Their mom joked that they were from Chicago, and they flunked out of school. They failed at their painting contract business. Their mom said all they did was read comic books. That's all they ever did. They were sci-fi groupies. They were picked up by Warner Brothers as failed writers to be brought in-house after being wined and dined by Dina Laurentiis so they could steal the work. They needed people that would be willing to steal the work, and therefore they could claim that it's created in-house. So Warner Brothers literally wined and dined the Wachowskis through Dina Laurentiis, who still claims that he, discovered it along with Bonaventura. So they were nothing. They were absolutely nothing. But they needed failed writers to be brought in to steal the work. And in fact, the Wachowskis in 1995 had an article that said, at that time, they said they failed as writers in Hollywood. Pack their bags unless they were given the science project to direct.
Well, I can definitely tell you I'm a failed broadcaster thanks to West Coast. Thanks to whoever put the slap clamp on a lock, sealed thread, whatever, on my mouth. I'm a failed broadcaster. So, but the problem is my problem, Tommy, is I won't bend to big money. I won't bend to big money. I'm relying on you, Tom. I'm relying on you to make something happen to where the tables literally turn, and I've got my voice, and I'm okay, and it's okay for me to have my voice. And all of these guys over here in the chat that we're looking at, and all of your friends that's like got a voice, we're waiting, dude. We are literally waiting for this matrix to crumble. Mm-hmm. That's why I said in the description of tonight's broadcast, it's why I said it's almost to me, I've watched your story. Right. And I know it, and it's like I've watched it to where you are literally. It's like literally one man versus Hollywood,
right?
And dude, we're talking blood. We're talking you have literally shed blood, got sick, been through the mill, lost 2 kids, lost loved ones, lost loves of your lives. In fact, check this out. Been set up with pretty women, tried to be baited, and you haven't ever taken it. You've never ever bent to it.
Yeah, because it's so much better to be ourselves than what the cabal wants us to be, no matter what they offered. I mean, I was wined and dined, offered
Thank you, bro.
Like that, and there's nothing like being ourselves. There's nothing like it.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that. And I truly fucking mean that. Thank you for being that. You are a voice for me. You are a voice for them that is not relenting regardless of what the hell happened to you. And I appreciate, dude,
You're right.
Man.
It wouldn't be a better world if we lose who we are. So, and what's interesting is in my situation, it's coming more and more clear as contacts contact me too. They're saying you were groomed to lead, Tom. You were groomed to lead within the cabal. You were groomed within the cabal to lead in the cabal. So what better person, or when I look at the responsibility, what better person to turn it on its ear than the ones they were looking to lead?
I got a sound for that. Somewhere up in here, I got a sound for that. Holy shit. Dude, this again, the story you've got is better than the Matrix itself. Like you and I were talking today, the Matrix was an amazing thing, but whenever I like in the broadcast, like in literally the opening screen, okay, I gotta point it out. The man behind not the Matrix, but the Immortals, the real story by Tom Althouse.
And see,
Dude.
Hollywood would agree with you too, Matt, because the Matrix, the only one that said Matrix was the Wachowskis, who did not take the titles they were offered. When they copyrighted the Immortals title, they had 346 extra subtitles under my title that was supposed to be used to create slots at the Copyright Office. And the Wachowskis were supposed to pick one of those. They didn't. They took the Immortals letters and switched them around and added an X for the extra.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So they were trying to slap Warner Brothers back. The Wachowskis were trying to say, we're better than you, slap back, and also slap the author at the same time. They screwed up the whole system that Hollywood had set up to steal the work. And then what did they do? They stick, like you said, the high school, my dad's name, my birthday, all in the first graphic.
Oh, I've got that. Yeah. Don't look. They love to mock the living shit out of, because trust me, it's not just you that have been through this. I've watched this show. The way this show is laid out, the way this broadcast is laid out, in the last 2 years, Tom, 2 years, I have watched a big known named West Coast show. I won't call it Fade to Black. Won't call it Fade to Black. But look, I've watched it literally duplicate what I've created in the last 2 years. I've literally watched it be mocked. And I'm thinking, damn, here's my kicker right back to you. Right back to them. You know what? Here's the key. Ready? Thank you for liking the way I've laid things out. Thank you for the way I've done things. And thank you for sharing with everybody else my work.
Yeah, it's a good way to look at it.
It's good. Dude, how else can you look at it? I've watched, dude, I know. Oh, man, I'm angry, but I'm not angry. Jimmy Church, if you're listening to this, look, let me tell you what. You've still got to step up to the plate a little bit, because you're still failing it quite a bit, but nevertheless, you're getting there. Because, dude, this show, Tom, is a press play, and it's done. Press stop, and it's produced. No editing, no nothing. Start, finish, done. Because it's the way we do things. I'm a creator. I am a creator. You are an author and a creator. That's what we do.
Right.
These fucking people on the West Side, dude, it's like they feed on all of our energy, all of our work, all of our. They can't create, so they just take.
They're so focused on themselves that they lose their creative power. Creativity cannot flourish. I mean, geniuses, what we do, if we're gifted geniuses, that takes us outside of ourselves. If you're a gifted genius, you take yourself off of yourself. And that leads you to creating in an incredible way, because you're looking outside of yourself. If you're not a creative genius, then often people focus on themselves as they're trying to get ahead. They try to make it all about themselves. And they don't have a creative bone in their body at that point. You've got to take the eyes off the self in order to create great work, because you're doing it as a service to your audience. If you're not a servitude kind of person, girl or guy, then your work's not going to reflect that. It's not going to do it, and it's not going to draw people in.
Yes, Mike. Yes, Mike. Good song. Fade to Black, great song. Fade to Black is a great tune. But do you see that? They even stole that.
Yeah. Well, that's the funny thing. The music that I had submitted with the screenplay. So I want to show you this real quick, just for fun. This is part of the evidence I got back from Maui that they've been after. This is Greg Mazer.
Bro, I don't have a big screen. I don't have a screen.
Don't worry about it. You can still see him holding it up.
Yeah.
Greg Mazer works at Hallmark Channel. He worked with me on reworking the battle sequences. And that was in 1993. Now, they're trying to make sure that I don't have any scripts from 1993. The Honeypot Wife, the break-ins, everything was to get rid of all the screenplays post-1996, because they say the Wachowskis didn't lay anything on paper until 1996. So they took all my scripts away. But I had these. They were after these. And now I've got this one from 1993 to Greg Mazer, handwritten right there, all the notes and everything, and the floppy disk that accompanies it. Timestamped everything.
Oh, my God, bro. You've got...
floppy disk with the work done in 1993 to completion. We are sitting on a gold mine.
That is not a floppy. That is a damn zip disk.
Okay, that's the ancient. That's ancient from the pyramids, right there. So yeah, there you go. And look at this. Look at this. Here's how it was done.
There you go. There's the 1.44 meg discs.
There's what it was done on, and we have
the
original now. We also have the original brother word processor that was labored out on.
Holy shit! Look at that.
So we're gonna auction that off at some point after the real life movie is made, which coincidentally, Hollywood attorneys are saying the real life, like you said, the real life movie is going to be bigger than the Matrix story or the film.
Dude.
And so we're going to auction off the actual word processor that the Matrix or Immortals was composed on when we're done. Yeah.
Jay Pashook's like, yeah, the good old zip drive. Yeah, when you couldn't fit on your desk enough room for the little 1.44 megabyte floppies, that zips like you're like, oh, drag drop.
That's why I had like 50 drafts. Now the Wachowskis claimed they had no drafts. All right. Took them 3 days to write it. They claimed no drafts. Sometime in '93, they said they had notebooks, but they don't have their notebooks now. Nothing. Their attorney said there's no working drafts. So what do we have? We've got drafts after drafts. Even after stealing our stuff, we now have, thanks to this vault on Maui that we just got our evidence back, drafts after drafts after drafts. Now, the reason George Michael was killed, why did George Michael die?
They don't know nothing about that.
2016, George Michael's heart gives out on Christmas. Here's the original screenplay. Copyright as you were showing up. 128 pages. Their attorney said it'd be 8 pages of scribbled notes. The final page on this screenplay, which proved 1993, it says, George Michael, music, Praying for Time by George Michael, final credits. That's what's on here, the final credits. That's why George Michael was killed, because they were destroying all the screenplays that were post-1996, 93 through 96 were being destroyed. That's what the Honeypot Wife did. Now we've got tons of them from 1993 through 95. So George Michael did not have to die. George Michael did not have to die. He was the expert witness to show that The Matrix was done by Tom Althouse. He was the expert witness because he was given the entire screenplay to okay it for the final credits before it was submitted. So before it was submitted in 93, George Michael read the entire thing and green-lighted it to have his song Praying for Time as the end credits. So they killed him. Because the work, it's worth 1.2 billion right now.
All right, stop there. You're the author of the Immortals.
Right.
I mean, I'm getting like caught chalk cooked. Can't cough it up because again, I won't watch The Matrix 5 or 4. I won't do it because of you. I just won't. Okay. I know.
But I'm doing you a favor. It's so bad. I heard. So go ahead.
But I'm just saying, dude, I've got a friendship in you, and I know that you are not a billionaire. I know you're not a millionaire. I know that you have been through the fucking mill, okay, and watched your work. Whenever, like, again, the mock, I've got another good screen right here. Check this out. Right here. Explain this, Tommy.
Oh God, yes.
Explain this, Tommy. What is this?
Holy crap! Holy crap! Remember the Wachowskis were trying to mock the author. We had an insider from Warner Brothers, an insider from the story department, call me and told me he didn't like the Wachowskis. He said they were totally arrogant. They were clowns. They failed at everything they did. So he called me and told me where to look in the screenplays, in the movies, for my information. And boy, did he hit it on target. So besides the high school, Central West High School, mine being Neo's, besides my dad's name being Neo's dad, John A., besides my Scottish clan name, Anderson, being Neo's, besides Thomas A., my name being Neo's, besides my birthday being Neo's birthday, Here we have a clock. Well, there's my diploma, which is Central West. We called it Central West High School. That's what we called it. Their attorneys are going, Central Bucks, what's Bucks? No, Central West is what we called it. We didn't go around going, we're from Central Bucks West High School. We're from Central West. We always called it that. And so they put Central West for Neo in the first graphic. The first graphic they shot and composed, and the first scene they shot was the first scene I wrote, the interrogation scene. So go back to the clock. In Animatrix, what do? In Animatrix, they put 7-2. You see it, 7-2. And notice that's July 2nd, 7-2, my birthday. Notice that top hand, the other black hand, is just 1 degree before the top, right? 1 degree before 60. So what is 1 degree before 60 numerically? What is 1 before 60? Subtract 1 from 60.
59.
That's my birthday, July 2nd, 59.
No.
Yes, it's on the clock. 7-2.
No.
See the 4 past the 4? See that red hand on the 4?
Yeah.
4 past the 4. See the 4 past the 4?
I got it, bro. I get it. I'm there. I'm with you.
That's how old I was when they made the graphic. I was 44 in the red. On the black, July 2nd, 59. It's my birthday.
Now you tell me who come up, dude? I know. Right, okay, the brothers are not that smart. They're not.
No, they're really dumb.
So who come up with this, Tommy? Who come up with what we're looking at right now? Who come up with this?
The graphic is done by one of Joel Silver's favorite graphic artists, but Wachowskis wanted it in there to slap my face. The guy who informed me about this from the story department said they thought I'd never know, I'd never find it, and I'm the only one that would recognize it. So they told me where to look and what it was. Otherwise, I never would have known. Same for that first graphic in The Matrix. I would never know my high school was in there, my birthday, my dad's name, my name. Now, what's interesting, one more thing, Matt, is that in that first graphic where they have my high school, Central West, and my dad's name, John A., and my name, Thomas A., Scottish clan name, Anderson, they have a banner of July 22nd, right?
Yep.
Well, that was what my birthday was listed as in records between 1996 and 1999 when they shot it. My birthday was listed as July 22nd in error in official records. I was being erased. My social security number disappeared.
They were going to take you out. They were going to take me out. They were going to kill you.
That's right. The red hand on the 4, red 4 means assassinate. The Wachowskis had a wish list, get rid of this idiot, because we don't want to look over our shoulders after we cash in on all this that he did. That's what they had. No, so they were trying to clean this plate. But
they didn't get to you. Again, I'm not trying to fill your story for those that don't know who Tom Althouse is. You had I'm not trying to dig up pain. I'm not trying to dig up pain. But you had those that don't know who you are. There are people here tuning in that don't know who the hell you are. Again, you've heard the story so far, but you've also not shared. You shared that the assassination time was right, but the thing is, they didn't and couldn't get to you. They got to you, but not to you. You lost. You got. Talk about the babies that you lost. Talk for a second.
Well, they're trying to argue that they were never existed. They're trying to say my son Aiden, who survives, never existed. They're trying to say that he never made the.
He doesn't. He doesn't exist. I could go to your fucking Facebook page and show you that he exists.
They'll say that's fabricated.
Oh, that's fabricated. That's fabricated.
That's what they're claiming.
How can you fabricate it? How can you fabricate that?
I don't know. I don't know what they're trying to get away with. They're actually trying to say that this
fabricated. You pieces of shit. Come on, man.
Yeah, and they're saying that this, what I'm holding up, that gold sealed script, they're saying that's a forgery. How can that be a forgery? This is specifically crafted this way.
It's got a gold seal on it and it's stamped.
It's got their signatures. It's got their signatures. Just ask them. There's their signatures, the director and specialist.
That's Veronica's. That's Veronica's signature.
Yes, that's her. That's the blue pen. It's right there. It's original. It's the blue pen.
And don't you have Diane? What the hell's her name?
I've got Karen Temple Claggart,
Oh, come
and
on.
I've got Veronica Patton.
That's
they're the ones
it.
that were in charge. Yeah, they're
Right.
the ones in charge. So there's no way to slough this around unless you buy them off and claim that somehow I grabbed their wrist and made them sign. So yeah.
Look.
So that's the thing. Yeah, they're trying to say that my sons didn't exist because they think that would elicit sympathy from audiences that might listen to the facts and evidence. That's what they're afraid of.
Check this out. Do you mind me sharing a picture of Aiden?
Not at all. No, I prefer the more he's seen, the safer he is. That's what I'm told by the inside. Is that the more we're on the air,
right,
the safer we are. And they're saying we've won the chess game. I have a Disney contact on tape saying you've won the chess game, Tom, because you went ahead and broadcasted. The word is out, and they don't know how to stop it. There's enough smart people.
This is unbelievable. The hoops that you and I went through. Yeah. Again, I somehow I am not friends with you on the book.
Yeah, it made it look like. Did it made it look like I defriended you, or did they make it look like you defriended me?
I don't know. It's like neither. You just weren't my friend.
Just gone, not friends anymore. I've had other people tell me that too. They just important players.
Yeah, you were just like you're just like MIA. Okay, right. I'm serious. You're just like literally MIA on the broadcast. Now I'm gonna go again. I'm gonna share this screen just so people see what exactly we're just exactly what I'm seeing. Okay, and that is this. So I'm gonna go to the brain chat. I'm gonna get rid of this. Hang on one second. All right, so let's go here. Me, you, and the browser. And
keep in mind, too, Matt, they're saying that there's too much information. They're saying there's too much and that audiences can't grasp it because there's too much. When is there too much? When is there too much evidence?
Well, I sound like our president, don't I? I can't. I don't even know. Dude, I don't even know what to say. I'm like,
I know. It's like idiots trying to dictate what audiences are supposed to think, and when you've got so much evidence that's supposed to help the world, then they scream, "There's too much evidence."
All right,
that's too much. It's like, what the hell?
That's
like the cavalry coming to rescue people in the circle in the wagons, and the people will go, "There's too much cavalry, too many coming to rescue us." We're not going to do it. It doesn't make any sense.
Check this out. Look, I had to refriend Tommy after being friends with him for years. Okay, 6 mutual friends, which are, if I look at the friends, they're brainiacs from the broadcast. Sure. My mutual friends of you are from the broadcast. But if I scroll, I'm not caring about that. I'm not caring about that. But something else I want to show you and point out. Do you see the date of today? If I make this a little bit bigger. Now, you cannot make this shit up. Watch, pay attention. Right here. Are you able to see this?
Yeah.
What does the date say, Tom? Read me the date.
Saturday, February 25th.
What the fuck is today? Today's the 24th, right?
Oh my god!
But you and I are going on air tomorrow.
Ah.
Do you see?
Wow, that's weird.
No, that isn't weird. That is big tech fuckery at its best.
Oh my god!
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, and then look at the timing of having us drop as friends. What the hell? That's like, this is happening all the time. It's just like they are so desperate over this story, which their own attorneys are saying is bigger than the Matrix.
I'll tell you what. Listen, you and me, listen. This is a call. I want this construct gone. I want realism. I want real creativity by the creators. Okay? Not by any fictitious whatever. I want real people's story. That's what made this show so a thorn in their side. Dude, you have no idea the censorship that this show, probably because of the name, has gotten throughout the years. It is unreal, the fight we have had here. Okay, we've been wiped off the internet every bit of 4 times, completely gone. Okay, build over from scratch. Okay, it used to be where you could go, hey Alexa, play the Matrix Minds podcast. Can't do that now.
No,
can't do that now.
Oh, they are definitely, they're going all out right now. They're so desperate. And one of the things they're throwing at me now, Matthew, is this. They're saying, look, Tom's a fraud because he's still alive. How is he still alive? That's their accusation now, because I actually somehow made it through all this gauntlet that I'm still alive. That's the accusation, is that this author must be a fraud because I'm still alive. I must be in cahoots with the other side because I'm still alive. Well, that shows you what desperate times we're in. But why am I still alive? Why am I still alive? Because I have what they want, and I know what they want. You've got to figure out what the other side wants most. That's what they do to us. So play it back on them. What do they want most? Well, that was easy to determine through discussions with their handlers. I acted like a friend of their handlers on the phones. That way I could befriend them so much that I would get information from them. And so one of the questions was, why did they do this to me? They said, because you dared to face them down. You dared to face them down, their bosses. What does that even mean? What, claim my rights?
You dare to face? What do you mean you dare to face them down?
That's what they said. It's on the tape from the Disney attorney.
They're more.
To face them down.
They're always welcome to be here. So if open invitation, like I've said to quite a few people, I'm talking Emery Smith, David Wilcock. I'm talking big names. Emery Smith, David Wilcock. What is the other guy's name? That dare I even say the word Blue Avian, or I'll get sued. What is the name? What is his name? Come on, I don't know. The 12 and back. Oh God, that's how much I give a shit. Right, I don't. That's it. Corey Good. Okay. Corey Good. All of these people make up stories, Tommy, and they're like, and now I'm talking. They've went like mainstream radio broadcast, and guess what? Corey Good's story is like, oh, now he's under oath going, yeah, well, yeah, it was just a story. I made it up. I did. I made it up. Well, you said you've been to outer space and you've been to I have. Well, how have you done that? Astrally, during my dream state. Astrally. Come the fuck on, man. Do these people really do they think we've got to... Tom, your story is real. You are a real dude. I'm a real guy. These guys already know I battle every week. We go through this every week. It's real.
It is real, and the dearest blood is sacrificed in it too, taken out, and they let you know that. The reason I'm still alive is because they wanted me to have a living death, and destroy you in Hollywood terms. When they say they are going to destroy you, how many times have I heard that till I was numb? But that means you see your own male heirs killed one by one. They want you to have a living hell. That's what I'm supposed to go through. Instead, I dedicate my life to their memory and trying to make a difference for others with sons and daughters. And that's what they ruled out compassion. They didn't understand the power of compassion. I have a taped conversation with the Disney head talking about this very thing. When they said it's all about power, I said, then you don't understand compassion, the power of compassion. And I said to him, absolute power will corrupt absolutely, but absolute power rooted in compassion will never be corrupted. And they didn't know what to make of that. And I said that creativity comes from those that have compassion, that serve their audience. Those that don't have compassion will be thinking too much about themselves. They won't be able to take their eyes or heart off themselves. they'll never be able to create great content because they'll be constantly thinking about what's in it for them. One of the phrases that is used in the industry.
Trust me, I understand what you mean by that because I've had a lot of shit done to me in the last year. A lot of things have happened to me in the last year and a half. I have watched people, I have helped people like start different things that were going to come to the broadcasts and things. And I, like I've told you, I even guys, girls that have got broadcast certificates and you've been through college and been through that have never really truly made it, but yet they've come to the Matrix to make it big. Dude, there's been several people that have came to the show that nobody knew jack shit about.
Right.
Okay? Until they come to the show. Until they come to this broadcast, no one knew nothing about them.
Well, that's what's interesting too when you talk about being known. The Wachowskis put an article out under TMZ, which is owned by Warner Brothers, saying, that particularly myself, saying I was a know-nothing hack, famous for nothing, when I had all these awards in my work. And
you little hack. God.
But what's interesting is the insiders are fans of the work. Every time an insider or player comes to me, they say they're fans of my work, that they know that I created it because they're from the inside. The inside knows the work was stolen. And so they're fans of the work. So one of the reasons I'm alive is they're fans of this author's work, where the public doesn't understand that. But the cabal understands that. So the cabal is fans of my work.
So what do we do? What do we do? Because I know right now, listen to me. Listen to what you just said that I heard. I heard it. If my shit is being copied, obviously somebody likes what we're doing.
And what we're worth. They're saying, they keep telling me my money value. These contacts call me, they keep telling me what I'm worth monetarily. Monetarily is going to be in the museums pretty soon, where we're not going to be in a monetary system soon.
But I don't care about that. I know you don't give a shit about, I know you well enough now after watching, now mind you, I know you, but I'm not going to tell you exactly how many, about 30 or 40 different podcasts I've watched you on. Dude, you aren't really about monetary value, okay? You were really truly about the creator. And that's why I fucking love you. Is because you're all about the broadcaster, the podcaster, the artist, the author, the musician, the spirit in a body trying to create in this construct of the Matrix. We came to be who we came to be. You are who you are, and you've been mocked. Again, going back, and I hate to say it, but you've been mocked, you've been smacked, your kids have been killed. Enough is enough, Tommy.
One of the ways to survive, too, if you watch my reactions, watch my face when you give me compliments and things like that, the ego is gone. You have to lose the ego, like jettison excess baggage. Ego is what they prey upon. That's what they attack in the media. That's what they go for with the Wachowskis, everything. So if you jettison your ego as far as needing attention or needing praise, and it allows you to focus in on what needs to be mattered, what really counts and what matters. And your interpersonal relationships will benefit too. So it's like I learned from an early stage, jettison the ego. If I want to be a creative genius and do great work, jettison the ego. So watch my features when I receive compliments. I'm not like the others that'll be like, oh, thanks so much. It's like, I'm just going to be like, yeah, thank you. But the thing is that we're down to business. We're going to solve the problem. You have to think about, what do they want most? What do they fear most? There are the simple keys to defeating the cabal, because they are not a conjoined body. They are a fractured body, because their very core of their belief system is that it's all about power. Ergo, all about each of them separately. But none of them matter more than themselves. So therefore, they are fractured. They are broken glass right from the start, where we have friendships that matter, and they try to divide that. So right there's a huge story. So what you do is do what they fear most. The thing I found that they fear most in my regard is the evidence, such as these things right here showing up and being found and located after they tried to rob them and pressed friends for them. And They want more content. Disney's dying right now. They need more content. That's why Bob Iger was dealing with me. They want the other 16 screenplays I have. Where are those other 16 screenplays since I learned how to play the game? They're in a trash bag buried without any metal staples or any fasteners. They'll never be found. And if they hurt my last surviving son, I will destroy every single freaking copy of the latest material that is blow away, way beyond Matrix, way beyond Immortals. That was my beginning piece. And when they debated on the phone saying, how do we know it's there? How do we know you did something better? What do you think I've been doing all these years? And don't you think it'd be better after the first one? And so then they agreed. They said, you have to show us. I said, no. If anything happens to my last surviving son, that stuff is gone. I will burn it. They said, you can't do that. Think on that. They're saying this author can't burn his own work. And it is good. It is very good. It is in layers. It is beyond Matrix. And I want the world to enjoy it. But if anything happens to my last boy from the Cabal, no one will ever think of Shakespeare's Folio destroyed. My work is good. It's very good. And I hope you all do get to enjoy it. But if anything happens, the Cabal steps wrong. So therefore, I'm harnessing the Cabal. Because these are spoiled brats that want to be entertained. And they feel like they deserve and are obligated to have this material. So I have them by the balls. Or what else they claim as their extremities. Yeah.
Damn, Daniel. See, that's the thing, Tommy. They prey on materialistic things. This is it's crazy, stupid, but money. It's all about money and the luxurious, the power, the powers. The power brings control. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know what? You said it earlier. You said ego. Watch my face and see there's no ego.
Right.
Dude, I have been beaten down over and over and over and over again on the broadcast. And I've watched different shows like Sprout, and I am proud, dude. I'm really proud. I'm allowed to be. Here's the thing. Here's what I've learned through my spiritual journey here. I have helped people. We've all helped people over here. You yourself. We've helped people get to where they need to be.
Right.
And where the ego drop is we can pat them on their back and be proud of our own selves. Proud that I was able to help you. I'm very proud to be able to I'm honored. I'm very proud to have you here. And I'm proud, and as well as you're proud to have other authors, because let's talk about that for a second. Because your ass has shaken Hollywood enough to get other authors to say, I'm with Tommy Althouse. I know he is real. Let's do this. You've had other authors from Hollywood step up and be on your bags.
Directors, authors,
right?
writers, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Imagine that, dude. What do they got left?
Yeah, nothing. That's what they're so desperate about. That's why Bob Iger has a tough decision. If you look at Disney, he was fired the day after his main guy said, Bob Iger wants to have a conference with you. And that's on a tape recorder. That's taped, official taping. And so that's probably why he got fired, because I taped it. But what I did was an interview that night saying that Bob Iger is going to meet and we're going to discuss what's possible. And also, but I was also asked about pedophilia. And I said, yes, Disney's involved in pedophilia along with the religious right and everything else. Because of that, I think Bob Iger is fired, because the very next day he's fired. But also they released in the news about the lower echelon pedophiles staying at the parks, where the underlings of Disney's network were fired, but not the middle management, upper management. So it was for them to do that PR move was absolutely astounding. They had to be very threatened to do such a public display of getting rid of pedophiles in their park. Why would they even admit it? So that was right after the interview, after Bob Iger's top guy said he was going to talk to me. Now Bob Iger gets fired from Disney, and I said, if Disney's serious about making this right, because they're a vehicle, they're not an evil giant, they're a vehicle that can be used for good. So that's how I see them. And so what happened was I said, if Bob Iger returns, then they're serious about maybe doing it right. Bob Iger did return, and their executives were blown away by and large. Blown away. They were at AMA Awards, and they get this announcement that he's returned. A lot of them just left the award ceremonies. They were so surprised. So Bob Iger's now in place again. So there's a debate going on whether to include Tom Althouse in his materials with Disney, but they haven't talked to me about whether Tom Althouse is willing to consider that now with what's going on. So if the discussion comes, I will sit down and talk to them. But they, as the Lucy show says, they've got a lot of explaining to do.
You know what? In the last, let's scare the shit out of them even more, bro. I know you do podcast after podcast after podcast. Just for shits and giggles, let's tell them how many podcasts are you usually on per month? How many people know? How many people, brother, are literally learning what is going on?
Tons of people. In fact, they shadow ban it. In fact, I predicted on one broadcast the views would be 32 views, and they shadow banned it to 32 views. Yet I had hundreds of people telling me they saw it. So what they're doing is like just what happened with like you being defriended off my site, which I didn't do. They're doing that also with the shadow banning. Yet one slipped through on Twitter. There was a thing I posted about flyovers where they're spraying, like just some footage I showed, and it got like 987 retweets. So it's like, they forgot to shadow ban that one. So here you have these like 2 views, 3 views, 4 views, 1 retweet, 2 retweets, 987 retweets. They forgot to shadow ban it. So they slipped up. Whoever was in charge of the board slipped up.
Right.
So that's what I'm hearing is that millions have heard all this. And they know. In fact, my son at the school he goes to, the high school he goes to, who does exist, of course, he has people coming up to him in the hall, kids coming up in the hall saying, I saw my parents know your dad. My parents saw your dad on broadcast. So that's worldwide broadcasts and podcasts from many different shows where kids in Aiden's own school are coming up to us saying that their family has seen his dad on TV. So that's right in our own home area.
It's good
so
stuff.
I'm not bragging. I'm just saying we're getting a lot more views than you're being shown. And so your viewership may show 10 views. But that's not what's happening.
Come on, bro. Are you serious? Maybe 5. This show is so censored, it's unreal.
They shadow ban crazy. But it's being seen.
It's crazy, dude. The page reaches like 50. The page following is like almost 52,000. Okay? 52,000 people. The last page reach was like at 4 million, and within a week. 1 week did I talk about the president of the vegetable tray of DC. It shot to below 500,000 people.
Well, that's the thing. You'll see it drop. It'll say like so many views, and then later it'll say less views. It'll drop like hundreds of views.
In the matter of hours, bro. I'm watching it go. Ding, 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 ding. It's like the hell.
My Matrix page, like you said, Matrix title. My Matrix page on Facebook. Like my Facebook is maxed out, or was maxed out at 5,000. So then you've got my Matrix page. It says 0 views, 0 comments,
zero.
Like, are you serious? And
I don't believe.
I can't make a comment. I can't make a comment.
I don't believe that shit for a minute, dude. I do not believe that for a minute, brother. And it just that's kind of like everybody here, everybody over in the chat as you're watching it scroll by. I'm telling you, as God is my witness, every single brainiac in this chat has been censored to no end. I share their shit, they share mine. We all share one another's. We are considered. I consider these guys my tribe. This is my tribe. This is my family.
Sure.
Okay, these are our people. We are their people. And we ain't. Here's the thing: the Facebook, the Wachowski brothers, Hollywood, whatever you want to call it, we ain't going away.
No,
okay?
We are not.
We are going away.
No, we're not going to crumble. There's no way. It's too exciting to be us rather than be them. I wouldn't want to be them, sold out robots and that can't create worth anything. I wouldn't want to be Christopher Nolan or the Wachowskis or Josh Whedon. I wouldn't want any of them. I know how they work. I've had direct dealings with these guys.
Right.
So I want to be me, working with people like you and your brainiacs. That's what I want to be. So that's
we're
it.
there.
So, yeah.
Look, bro, we are at the top of the hour. We're going to take a break. We're going to take about a 2 minute 40. It's about almost a 3 minute break. Let you go pee. Let me go pee. I'm going to grab another cup of coffee. Let these guys grab a cup of coffee. We are going to indeed get right the hell back in this. Okay? Everybody, nobody, don't go anywhere. Just tune in, and we will catch Tom on the other side of this break. Tom, don't go nowhere, buddy. Other than just take a pee break and refill your drink there. You ready?
Right back.
All right, buddy. We will take care. See you on the other side of this broadcast. Let's go. It's us against them.
Invisible enemy. We have to fight that invisible enemy. It's unknown, but we're getting to know it a lot better. Tremendous things are happening. His great spirit. It's unknown, but we're getting to know it a lot better.
Clear to engage.
Enemy.
Think again.
The very word secrecy is repugnant. The very word secrecy is repugnant.
What difference at this point does it make? What difference at this point does it make?
That American citizens who collaborate with the enemy have considered enemy combatants.
They can be. They can be. They're sometimes criminally prosecuted, sometimes treated in the military.
Well, let's talk about can be. I think
under Supreme Court precedent.
Right. There's a Supreme Court decision that said that American citizens who collaborated with Nazi saboteurs were tried by the military. Is that correct?
That is correct.
I think a couple of them were executed. A couple of them were executed. A couple of them were executed.
Yeah.
So if anybody doubts, there's a long-standing history in this country that your constitutional rights follow you wherever you go, but you don't have a constitutional right to turn on your own government, collaborate with the enemy of the nation.
Nobody knows the system better than me.
Government. We must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret
How the
proceedings.
system is rigged against our citizens. System is rigged against our citizens. System is rigged against our citizens.
Invisible enemy. We're going for a while, but we win.
Oh, man.
That's beautiful. These are beautiful, wonderful children.
Where we are sitting. I'm honored they don't like us together.
They don't like us together, my friend. They cannot stand you and me together. Let me tell you what.
They are upset.
They are. Well, they've got a damn good reason to be upset. You know why? Because I don't like them. I don't like them, and I know damn well you don't like them. So here, cup of coffee.
Got it. Coconut water and some good stuff. And
Okay. Water and some good stuff. Look, we haven't even really touched the surface of, like, the setups. They've tried to set you up numerous times. And I've known you as a bro here for the last year and a half, going on 2 years. Recently, let's talk about the setups, which are leading. I'm serious, okay? that lead to where we're at right now, because we're also going to talk about the case update in the last hour, 45 minutes, or at least 45 minutes. Talk about it. Setting up. Talk about it.
This is the one story that we have, that we share, that the cabal, all of its tentacles came out to grab it. So they all became a part of it. In their greed, they all became a part of it. Intellectual property was the magnet to reveal the many-headed beast. And so that's what happened. So you got the FBI. They gave me a card. Please extend every courtesy to Tom Althouse. That's going to be part of the documentary. The card they gave me, John Walsh, at dinner with the FBI operatives, gave it to dinner. And Megan Walsh's daughter remembers that happened. And so I was going to do a show with her recently, but they cut the feeds. They cut the feeds on it.
With Megan?
Yeah, Megan and I were supposed to do a show together on with two really cool girls.
Wonder why. Think about that. Who's her daddy? I would not even touch that show.
Yeah,
I said, I said, look, you, Megan, you need to go to someone who will talk to you about MK Ultra, but yet talk to you about the child trafficking shit, because I know right now, dude, I've got a 17-and-a-half-year-old. He is just 4 months of being 18.
Right.
Okay. I will not they were wanting me to, while I was 14, 15, talk about all of the child sacrifice, all of the child trafficking. They wanted me to talk. They wanted me to talk, really, really talk about it, and then have a what is it, a 302?
Yeah, 302
issue. Come and get. He's fucking crazy. Come and take him away. I am not crazy. You ain't crazy. These guys ain't crazy. We're not nuts, okay? That's right. That's the thing. I'm not gonna talk about this shit openly until he is of age. When he's 18 years old and can die for the country, but yet can't have a beer. He can't have a beer, but he can die for a corporation, right? Mm-hmm. Then I will discuss what I'm wanting to discuss. The day he turns 18, which is right around the corner, you will indeed hear me talking about child sacrifice, blood rituals. Cleveland, Ohio. Ohio is a main vein for trafficking of children. We won't even discuss that shit right yet.
Well, that's what's so wild. In the original work, child trafficking is discussed. In the original Matrix story, The Immortals, you have child trafficking component of it. So everything was being spelled out and whispering through art what people should know, and it's all come true. Even the fake Oval Office is in there. Fake Oval Office is in there. They are imitating art. They're imitating that art. So they're so drunk on the original story, which Bonaventura said was revolutionary when I pitched it to him, that he actually went to a bank afterwards and bragged about having the greatest script in the New York Bank in Albany after the pitch session. So it's just bizarre how they all got drunk on it. That's what I'm saying. They all grabbed on. Everybody from religious right to Italian mafia to Jewish mafia to FBI, CIA, Hollywood moguls, you name it. They all got involved in wanting a piece of the action and the work.
Tommy,
that's why they copyrighted. Yeah.
You mentioned the Pentagon to me off the air.
Yeah, Pentagon. That's right.
I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Not at all. No.
How deep? Again, this is the kicker. Are you ready? Again, this is a shout out to Tommy, give me a second. This is a shout out to everybody in the inside, everybody on the inside of the Pentagon. We do love you. We know that you're trying you do to break the system. Continue to do what you're doing. But what this man's about to tell you, sit your ass down and listen to this story.
Right. See, that's what's interesting in the original work that I held up. The original story that becomes The Matrix, the main character Keanu Reeves plays is a lower echelon CIA department head.
Yep.
Think of it.
Right.
In the original story, the Smith agents are all part of Central, which is the Central Intelligence Agency of the United States, becomes the One World Order's policing force. It becomes central, simply central. Well, all this is coming true.
Right.
And then what you have is this comment from Marcus Bradley. Here's how the Pentagon comes in.
Stop. You know what? Hang on. You know what? I'm gonna grab. Hang on. Just stay where you're at. I'm grabbing that screen because these guys cannot see that. I'm literally. Hang on a damn minute because I'm gonna paste the reference. There we go. You just share what you just shared again because I made a big screen. All right. So what are these guys saying, Tommy? What is this?
This is something the other side's very, very afraid of because Marcus Bradley is actually Bradley Marcus. Marcus Bradley is Bradley Marcus, part of the Marcus brothers, who do the Saturn Awards, who gave the Wachowskis Saturn Awards, who are posed. If you look up on Facebook Bradley Marcus, you'll see him posing with Steven Spielberg. He lists himself as Universal writers, script writer for Universal. There we know he never did a script.
Okay.
And so it's two brothers that are brought in to be a main handler or mocker. They're supposed to shoot me down everywhere. So they wrote this thing right here, and I'll read it to you. This is from Spielberg and Joel Silvers to a main guy who has an account, which is Marcus Bradley, which is fictitious. Marcus Bradley is actually Bradley Marcus. They're stupid.
Okay.
It says the truth, Mr. Matrix Althouse Summers, stage name, Heart Tours, which show I did, Egomaniac, is that you are a fraud and a phony who bamboozled the entire population of Maui into thinking you are a decent person. You have defiled me, I don't even know who he is, and the great MAPPA, which is an organization that's a pedophile organization on Maui. Maui Academy of Performing Arts hires pedophiles.
Okay.
For their children programs. You need to cease and desist and leave my dear friend David Johnston. He's the guy who was in charge of Maui Academy of Performing Arts on Maui with the pedophiles. Alone. Don't take it out on me. You weren't in Macbeth, whatever that means. Get it over it. Worth more is more like worthless. What's interesting is David, a couple layers to this. David Johnson, who's just hates my guts. I worked 5 years doing children's tours and keeping them in order and doing them well as a manager and writing material and everything. His daughter, Annika Johnson, when he upended me and joined in with the Marcus brothers to try to shut me down, they gave Annika Johnson a name role in Bates Motel, which is Joel Silver's work, Bates Motel.
Right.
So one of the main characters that was brought in to Bates Motel was Annika Johnson, David Johnson's daughter's exact name. So she's a young girl, his young daughter is then represented as a prostitute in Joel Silver's franchise, Bates Motel. How about that?
Holy shit, Tommy.
That's right. Now, look at there's a IP address. Anybody can figure this out? You're worth gold. If you can, this is what the Pentagon comes in on. My friend in Canada, Neil Hensey, really cool guy, looks like a Viking, He is in Canada. He's sharing the copyright with me. It's a long story, we'll keep it short, which was to beat Disney's strategy, where you eliminate the author and force through the courts, the venues of your choice, ownership of his work. That's how they do it, see? They did that to Philip Dick, or whatever his name is, who did some of these other shows like Minority Report and such, and Man in the High Castle. So you have an IP address that this Marcus Bradley slipped up. At one point, he slips up after all these slanders appearing on all my pages. It's IP 98.150.185.233, CPE 98.150.185.233. Now, why that's very important is they never slipped up and gave the IP address. Now, how does the Pentagon get involved? Neil Hensey has a friend at the Pentagon. He works there. So he starts researching this IP address for Marcus Bradley, which is Bradley Marcus, with Joel Silver and Steven Spielberg. And the top brass comes into the room and says, stop what you're doing right now. Stop. The Pentagon shut down the investigation of this IP address. The provided attorney, who wasn't licensed to practice law, also shut down the investigation, saying, we're not going to look into this. We're not going to find out about this. We're not going to subpoena this. They don't want the IP address discovered on Marcus Bradley because they'll find out that it's Steven Spielberg and Joel Silver's guy, Bradley Marcus.
Damn.
So the Pentagon's going to block it. Yeah.
If they're doing, you know what, Tommy, if they're doing that to you, if they're literally doing that to your story, right?
Yeah.
Mocking your real life, mocking your downloaded, see, the way I feel this to be, the way I feel, the way I see the Matrix, literally, the way I see the Matrix as a story, as a movie, as a screenplay. I personally see it as where we are, what we are as a spiritual entity. I see it almost as a damn documentary. Okay.
I love that you said that. Keep going. I'll answer that.
So I'm saying that if they're doing whatever they're doing and not stopping at anything, Pentagon involved, upper echelon involved, there's something to what you literally downloaded with your consciousness, put to paper that these sorry bastards from Hollywood took to profit off of.
That's right. How did it all turn out to be true? Keanu Reeves saying it's a documentary now. I was whispering through art what I knew and what I was putting pieces together on and what I imagined might be true. And it all rang true. It all hit on the head. It's like the Pelican Brief. It all was spot on, right down to the fake Oval Office. Everything's there, including the Neuralink and everything. Everything that made these guys rich. So what they did was they divided it up. You guys get the intellectual stuff. You guys get the inventions. You guys get to claim the theories. There's a John Rappaport in California, Hollywood, California, of course, Hollywood. John Rappaport claims all my ideas, even regarding Pat Robertson. He profits off my ideas and claims those. What's his name? Elon Musk profits off my creative inventions. Neuralink is described in detail to nausea in this thing. And Neuralink's in here, iPad, Surrey. Why is Surrey in here before Surrey's invented? Because our main character is so upset about losing his wife. He was actually married. They stripped that away. The Wachowskis took the relationship away.
To the AI.
Yeah. So he actually talks to his wife, who's AI, who programmed in his house, his wife's voice.
Shit, bro, that is like, you know what? What your screenplay, the Immortal. Here's the thing. Again, for anybody that's just tuning in, The Matrix was the Immortals. Okay, it's just that simple.
Stripped down, simplified.
There is a dumbed down version of the Immortals nicknamed The Matrix by the Wachowski brothers. Okay, you are an immortal. The man below me is immortal. We are immortal. Okay? Your downloads come from an unknown but known loving source. Okay?
Which I have seen, which is unbelievable, which I never got to talk about much.
Do you want to do that? Do you want to do that?
Up to you. It seems like,
it's up to you.
Off the deep end, but I'm a normal guy that loves to try and make a difference in the world, and that's why I use it through creativity. I'm best. That's
what we do. That's what we do. I'm a musician. I make music. I make. It's what we are. That is what we do.
I do believe we are tapped if our hearts are right, and we're guided to have our hearts right, pure hearts, good hearts, sans the ego, and a creative spirit and talents. We will be tapped by those that are very benevolent, that are not of this world. I'm not talking about aliens. I'm talking about a parallel universe. And I believe that we are created by beings from a parallel universe. Step up. That seeded ours to be balanced. They say that you can't have a balanced universe. Basically, the odds are against it stacked. They say if you pick up a grain of sand, then that's your chance of having a balanced universe that doesn't expand too fast or collapse too fast. If most cases, a universe could be like that and it's over. You're gone. So what if beings that lucked out, or whatever you want to call it, had a universe that's not perfect, just naturally formed? and we were seeded and created by loving beings. Then it takes on a whole new framework where it says, what if our father, our mother, our parentals, what if we were created not because they were lonely, but we were created because they need us. They need the children to rescue them because they're in a natural universe and we're in a created universe. And so if we're a place where they could live happily and bring all their knowledge of longevity, health, peace, nature, everything, what if that's the door that we should be opening? Now, Hollywood keeps doing these things about the portal's bad, the portal's bad, the portal's evil. From Transformers to Night at the Museum, you name it, it's all about the portal being bad, and there's bird-like demons, and there's all these things on the other side. Always. What if we were called upon to bridge halfway to those that actually gave us the gifts we have, and the lives we have, and the universe we have? Maybe we never got it right in all our philosophies. But where is this coming from? Where are these ideas coming from? How can one guy get internet, Pythagorean theorem equations solved that my mathematician professor wanted to publish it? Not just internet, but Windows, Neuralink, iPad, Surrey, given to me, and 16 more screenplays. Why was Tom Althouse given all this stuff? Nearly drove me nuts. Why? Because I think I had a good heart, and I was an artist, and I was chosen to try to make it clear to people. If you're in a parallel universe one up, they can hear everything we say, they can see everything we're doing, but they cannot communicate except through gravity and the effects of gravity, which also cause light fluctuations. So you'll see us affected by gravity and light. That's the only alphabet they have for us. And so if these ideas start to come, where we start to learn how to communicate and form a neural communication, that's what's happened, where I even saw the communication of a face and I drew it. Now, Hollywood was very interested in this. And it was like this face with the gold band. I put it on my Instagram. The only thing I really posted was Spielberg got it closest to it. Lucas got closest to it. It was a gold band with a little rounded thing that they put on. Actually, they put on Obi-Wan. But it was like this gold band going across the forehead. And the figure was jaundice looking, like yellowed jaundice looking. Looked like us, but jaundice, like they were sickly. And there was a message there. And I could see that. And then I saw the image of like, it was almost like First Contact with Jodie Foster, where he had this like jointed armed thing, like 3 different jointed arms over a plasma ball, it looked like. It was like this waking vision seeing it. And so I know I can feel very humbled that all this stuff came through to me, where I was laughing and crying while I'm writing this piece that has all the music, tech, that has made the richest people in our world. Bill Gates, Elon Musk, is rich off this work. I talked about Windows and about a network of a net, international net, to my professors at Millersville. I told them at Millersville University in 1980. It's on my transcript at the computer class.
Oh,
I never attended, but I told them it. So I know it almost sounds like too much, but that was the prelude to the Matrix being written, the Immortals being written, was those ideas. I just kept going with them. That's what copyright law is supposed to encourage. Right? And then you give it to the public to benefit off of, which I will be doing. My work will be given to the public when I'm done. I'm giving my copyright to every man, woman, and child, except the one that stole it, so they can create more work. Encourage them, not to take it from them. It was meant for everybody, but not the Wachowskis. They were the worst candidates at all. The Wachowskis stole your work, and I mean that to anybody listening. They stole your work. So yes, I came up with Windows. I used the word Windows. Disney, Michael Eisner, paid Steve Jobs the biggest money ever. The biggest amount of money ever was paid to Steve Jobs, and Michael Eisner regrets it because Steve Jobs knows that he took my work. I was given the internet. I was given the ideas of Windows. My sketches show that. So why was I given all this stuff? So I could be egotistical? No. The ego had to leave first, and then I was given all this. If you want to have the downloads of the most amazing material ever, get rid of your ego. Throw Freud out the door. Get rid of your ego and make it all about service, and you'll see what is possible. Inventions beyond your wildest dreams will come to you. That's the key to humanity rising. Get rid of the ego, and the system we're shackled to. So that's why I wrote the work, Whispering Through Art. And yes, Keanu Reeves out there, Keanu Reeves, it is a documentary of sorts. But you're wrong when you say it's this and that, it's this and that, it's this and that. Keanu Reeves was part of the stealing of it. And they used him as a laundry machine for the money. He's not the saddest man in Hollywood. He's one of the greediest in Hollywood. And they groomed him to make him look like he's a good guy. He's not a good guy. He's stealing from all of you and from the children. Keanu Reeves is bad.
That's to go without saying, bro. We've seen some things throughout this show, and that is like all of our loved. I'm saying our most beloved Hollywood stars, the stuff that they have had to have done in order to get where they are, dude.
They had to sell out.
You and I
was offered the same thing. I was offered the same stuff, and I said no, because I thought humanity was worth it. So I was given a vision that I would see the face of God. I thought it'd be the white bearded guy. It wasn't. They're beings like us, and they need our help. The children are being called upon by the parents to save them. Isn't that the greater calling? Isn't that the greater story? That we are created beings in a beautiful universe, which is the greatest gift. Hollywood and the cabal and the Pentagon, the rest, what they're doing is they know this. That's why also I'm still alive. I'm a conduit. I'm part of that Minority Report. So what's going on is they don't want to shut the door to their phone. So what happens is I'm a useful tool, right? They don't care about humanity, but they're shutting the door on those that are benevolent, that have gifts for us as a collective humanity where each of us matter. That's what they want us to realize, that each of us matter. And I get teary about it. We all matter. Yes, we all matter. To those that created us, we matter. We matter greatly. We're their kids. That's the message I now know. Why was I given all this? Not to make Tom famous. Because Tom had a heart that he would share it no matter come hell or high water. I won't stop trying to give to you. I won't stop trying to make it right for all of us. They could kill my kids, and they did, and I still will stop trying. Aiden said, Dad, if anything happens to me, you keep going, Dad. You keep going. You finish this. I can look my kid in the eye, my last surviving kid, and tell him, Dad's going to do it right. I'm not going to be bought. I don't have a price tag. The cabal is very upset about that. They think we all have our price. Bullcrap. I do not have a price, Bob Iger. I do not have a price, Michael Eisner. I do not have a price, Wachowskis. I do not have a price, FBI. I do not have a price, CIA. I do not have a price, Italian Mafia. I don't have a price, Putin. I don't have a price, Ukraine actor. I don't have a price, presidents. I don't have a price. That makes me dangerous. Isn't that something? That's why I'm hauled away with SWAT teams, because I don't have a price. I've never said this before, but that's who Tom Althouse is. When you asked in the beginning of the program, that's me. I've been shown the world. I've been shown the answers. I've been shown the tech. I've been shown where we come from. I've seen the face. I know who we are. I know what we're supposed to be. I know what's waiting for us. But is anybody listening? That's me. That's me. My two sons paid the ultimate price, and they're saying they never existed. We're dealing with a cruel cabal, and they're falling apart. And what's going to beat them is not our weapons, not our anger. What's going to beat them is our heart. That's what's going to beat them. Because a heart will not take a price. A heart does not sell out its friends. They have to manually remove our friends, as they did you, Matt. That's how far they've sunk now. But just everybody out there realize you are worth more than precious gems and gold to those that created you. Forget Hollywood's version. Forget the religious rights version. Forget what you've been taught in Sunday school. I hate to say it. They can crucify me on a cross and burn me at the stake. There's something much more here. There's something much more that was delivered in love. And that's all around you. And they can't imagine the loss of but one of us. That's my message. we all have great value. We're loved.
Oh man, Tommy, I usually ask everybody that comes on the show to have a closing statement, but that's gonna be it, bro. That's gonna be it. I thank you for having the guts to not even take your own self out after all of the things that you've been through.
Thank you. We're all worth it. If I did, I wouldn't be able to help others. If I took myself out, an egoless person, as they taught me to be, I can't. I can't, because if I take myself out, there may be somebody I would have been able to help that I can't help. With that philosophy and that heartfelt thought, we win. There's no way we can take ourselves out. That's what it is. It's because we wouldn't be there for somebody else if we did. So just everybody realize we are wondrously made, and we are deeply loved. And we are being, if you get rid of your ego, you'll have the same downloads I have. I want to show you this. Here's my ID badge from Pat Robertson's organization. And notice it's the Neo dress. That's why they put Neo as he did in the first graphic. See the black tie, the white shirt? That's how Neo is in the first graphic on that first page. That's how they dress him because of what I look like. So they imitated the author, not just his high school, birthday, dad's name, everything else. They actually had Neo dressed the way or Keanu Reeves dressed the way I dressed. They went all out because I was a connection. I was a phone to those that made us. And they're not asking anything from us except to just connect. Come home. That's really it. Come home. Make a doorway. Knock.
Damn. Tommy, there, like I said, usually everybody says a closing statement. What you just said, I don't even think you can follow up on that.
Well, they don't want it said. I'll tell you that. They don't want it said, but I'm glad this vehicle was here and you allowed this to be said.
Of course.
It's not something I've said before, but I think it's time for it to be out. You know, isn't it nice to know we're all really valued and that we're, you know, they talk about the invisible God. Well, we are seen. We are seen and heard all the time. If you have the right heart, then you matter. If you have the right heart, they're paying attention. Your parents pay attention. If you are selfish and self-centered, they don't waste their time on you. So if you want to be watched over and valued and that kind of stuff, exercise a good heart. Get rid of the ego and care. It will not be forgotten. It will not be wasted. Hollywood's all about being immortal and being remembered. It's so stupid. All we have to do is be good people. Nothing's hidden. It's all there. It's just that in our interpretation of what was actually going on, the bright lights, the gravity effects, things like that, we came up with all kinds of theories and then battled each other over what theories were right. That's why I said I will not accept anybody's ideas of religion. I just accept your ability to have faith. That brings us together. If I celebrate your spark of faith, that brings us together. If I adhere to any religion, it'll divide us. And we never had the answer right until we see it for ourselves. And so here comes all this invention, all this tech, because we got rid of our ego. That's something about our creators.
Again, don't wait so damn long. Do you hear me? You and I have got a lot to talk about on this, and I know you know I'm not afraid to talk about this, and I know that they know I'm not afraid to talk about this. There's so much that you and I can talk about to deliver to the people. I know the brains over here, they know about it. Your listeners, your following, they know about it. But there are those that are going to tune into you, tune into the Matrix, that know there's something kind of wrong, but yet you and I can share with everybody else just how damn deep the rabbit hole goes.
Right, absolutely.
I'm serious.
Look how much attention, how much they have played, how much personnel, money has been spent on one author to destroy his life. Ask yourself why. Yes. Right. And so with that, I just send that back out saying they're concerned about us having the answers. I've seen it for myself. I know it. Where in history does one person be given all this brand new tech that made all these people they gave it to richest people on the earth? Check out Bill Gates' net worth. Check out Elon Musk's network. And you'll see in here that it's all here, predating their writings and their discoveries. It's all right here.
Yeah.
They just divided it up like a cake among all their cronies and manufactured these people to be famous.
Susan Mez.
So why was one person given all this stuff?
Listen, shout out to everybody over here in the Matrix chat. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. Okay? Literally everybody in this chat I'm seeing scroll by. If you want to follow Tommy below me, good friend, I do. I care a lot about this guy and his life, because here's the thing. He is literally my story. Your guys' story. He's a Hollywood writer. He's a Hollywood author. And he has been crucified to no end. Lost two of his sons, the most dear and dear. Okay, shut up as much as he possibly can be by those in the system. If you want to follow him, they've shut me off with him, to be honest with you. I've got defriended from him. I've already showed that with you in the beginning of the broadcast. I defriended him, or somehow, some way I couldn't find him. But you was able to get my message, were you not?
Right. I was mystified because they're the only one that was dropped.
Right. Okay. So again, you got my message, but you and I are on big tech. On big tech, we're separated. God forbid something like the Matrix Minds get in collaboration with the man behind the Matrix.
There it is, right there, Matthew. That's it. They did not want us talking tonight, and look what happened. I have never talked like this on any other program. I never divulged this stuff.
Dude, I love you to pieces.
They did not want this happening. They did not want this happening. But I can tell you, there are those in another universe that might just be cheering right now. Because just think how frustrating it is to try to get their message across and get their ideas across. It's like talking to ants. Finally, they got it through. They found a way to communicate.
I am vibrating. Holy shit. I am literally like, I don't know.
Like you can hear them going.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, we are going to, like I tell everybody, I myself got a closing statement. You promise me you'll come back, bro, because I love having you here.
This is what keeps us alive. This is what allows this all to proceed, because they didn't want us doing it. You do what they don't want is one of the cardinal rules. They don't want us being together on a show with your Brainiacs. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it again. Let's do what they're afraid of and what they don't want. So I'm there. Any clue they give us they don't like it, we're doing it, because that's our way home. So yeah, I'm there. But I'll tell you one thing. It's beautiful. All we have to do, speak the truth, bring it out, show our evidence, apply critical thinking, fabricate whatever we need to get the platforms to have this shown, and things will right itself. We will complete the work, and we will have a wonderful world, a wonderful universe. We're not the only beings that are going to benefit, the only life forms that will benefit. All life will benefit from what we're doing right now. So, yeah, I wanted to say God bless you, but I don't even have the words. Just I don't even know what to say. We don't even know yet, but we'll be seeing it.
Your friends know you. Hollywood corporate knows you as Tom Althouse. I know you. These guys know you as Tommy. My friends call me Matt. Corporate have got big letters and bold ink says Matthew Turner. Matthew Turner. Tom Althouse. You're Tommy to us. You're Tommy Althouse to me, bro. Yeah. And you'll never not be my friend, dude.
Oh, that's so good.
We are breaking this matrix from the outside in, as well as those from the inside. Like you said, there are those inside of really strategic places that already know what's going on.
Well, I just love it because look how hard they tried to shut this down, and it worked.
It is what it is, bro.
I feel it. And what Disney and Warner Brothers Disney personnel called me the library, and that just shows you we have what we need. So thanks for doing this. I look forward to doing it again. And God, I keep saying that I'm programmed to say certain things, but really I need to start saying, we'll just get the job done. Give us the tools, we'll get the job done.
Let me tell you what, you are on one of the most badass wanted to duplicate broadcasts on this planet. Do you realize that? I'm being honest. They try to duplicate anything amazing. And this
Isn't that crazy?
It's all right. It's okay. It's all right.
Both of us. So this is why they didn't want us together, probably. Plus, with the audience you have and the friends and family you have here.
We have a tribe, bro. We are loved beyond belief. I promise you, bro. They are scared shirtless as they should be.
So cool. Well,
it's all right.
Here, my face, like I say, no ego. This is what you look like when you've seen their face. When you've seen their face and you realize it's not a scary monster under the bed. It's not something with a white beard that is just throwing lightning bolts. It's real. They're real. They're genuine. They're compassionate. It's almost like going up to a Montana farm and meeting down-to-earth people that actually care enough to share their corn and share their stories with you. I feel like when we do connect with these beings, we'll be sitting on the porch, swapping stories and embracing and sharing how we never thought it would be, but we made it. We made it home. So.
We win, don't we, Tommy?
We do. We're the ones being communicated with. We were chosen to be communicated with so we can share it with others. Not Hollywood, not congressmen, not politicians, not world leaders. They didn't choose them.
Miss Michelle Espinosa, check this out, Tommy. The shaman, the Matrix shaman, says we are beautiful a beautiful tribe, but a very dangerous tribe. Check.
Very much so. In fact, yeah, very, very good. That's perfect. The paparazzi actually told me there's dangerous people in Hollywood that are rooting for us. So their own cabal system is turning on itself.
Amazing. Thank you for saying that. Thank you. Shout out to everybody there in Hollywood. Everybody there on the West Side. Everybody on the West Coast, around the globe that cannot stay on this platform but does everything in his power to duplicate it, replicate it. You'll never do it. You'll never do that. No. The energy.
Right now, it's just a matter of get the thieves out of the house. We're going to get the thieves out of the house is what we're going to do. They took the Matrix story, the Immortals. They took it from the people. We're going to give it back to the people. What you're doing, they took and copied it. We're going to give everything back the way it should be. Restore the house. The Cat in the Hat is gone with his things. And now it's time to restore the house to what it was.
I'm going to crank up my speakers. I can hear you loud and clear, but I'm a musician. I'm a musician, right? I make music. I'm going to crank up a little to where I can hear the background a little bit, but I can still hear you loud and clear.
Dedicated to George Michael.
I love you, bro. Truly do. Thank you, Tom, for being on the show. Again, dude, too long. It's been way too long, bro. Yeah. We got to have you. Got to have you back. Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Let's just say what is. Yeah.
Welcome to your Matrix, because we're breaking the fabric of this bitch around us. Appreciate you, buddy. We thank you,
man. We're not
going
to stop. Nothing. They realize now there's nothing they can do to stop us. Nothing they can do to scare us. We've seen the light. We know what's there. We know what we're fighting for. And it's worth it. You guys are worth it. We're not going to stop. All right. You have a great evening.
You too, buddy. Take care of yourself. Love you, man. Thank you. Good night. All right, man. Everybody, Tommy Althouse, the Matrix Minds. Holy shit. What do we do? Where do we go other than say, wow? Hang on one second. I'm going to end that. Check it out, man. The man behind the Matrix. I mean, the real story. The man behind the Immortals. Mr. Tom Althouse. Again, it's crazy enough. Look above me. Look above me, brains. This is how crazy your construct really is, right? It's crazy how your construct is. You are part of my world. You've heard me say this from the beginning of your and I's experience. And I am in yours. You are part of my tribe. I am part of your tribe. It doesn't go any deeper than what I'm saying. Listen clearly. I am part of your world. You are part of mine. I am in my construct, my bubble. You are in yours. As military guy, Larry Hawkins. If we're in our little bubble floating through the cosmos, mine's interacting with yours and yours is interacting with mine. Okay? Tommy, I said Tommy Althouse for a reason. He is your friend. He is your friend. Say it again. He is my friend. Okay? My friend. I know after listening over and over and over again the shit he's been through time and time and time over, by losing the kids, by the life setup, by taking to mental hospitals, by being bombed with vaccine, whatever. You've tried everything you can do to shut him up. And he's still part of this broadcast. He's still part of my world. He's still part of this matrix. And he's still doing whatever he can do. You heard him. I'm not going to wish any ill will on Aiden, because I've got a kid as well. We love our kids. He has one left. And even that one said, "You do whatever you've got to do, Dad. Even if they take me out, you do what you've got to do." And I guarantee you, he will. He will do whatever he needs to do to bring this construct to its knees. It's going to happen. It is happening right before our face. And with that being said, everybody on the outside of this matrix, looking on the inside, don't stop giving them hope. Don't stop praying for them. You give them hope. You give them love. They're on the inside of the system. Like you heard Tommy say earlier, those that are on the inside of Hollywood's going, "We got your back, Tom. We really got your back." They see it. They see it for what it's really about. They understand. They understand and they get it. I get it. You guys get it. I know you guys get it. Friday night, no doubt about it. And interview with my good buddy Tommy Althouse, the man behind the Matrix. I mean the Immortals, the stolen script of all scripts. The world knows what the Matrix is because of the movie. Well, I've got a good friend who wrote that script. Okay? And it never was intended to be what it is. It never was intended to be what it was. So, without a doubt, you guys take care of yourselves, take care of one another. Be proud, be who you are, love yourself, as well as take care and love one another. Monday, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 9 o'clock Central, and 7 o'clock West Coast. You hate us time. Crank it up, Brainiacs, on your way out of here. Matthew Turner with the Matrix Minds. You guys are the Brainiacs, the ones that are conquering and cracking the living shit out of this Matrix, without a doubt. I love you guys. Peace out to you. Good night, everybody. We're out of here, without a doubt. Crank it up, brains. Oh, where are we going? Where are we going? Background music. Crank. There we go. Right here it is. Crank it up. yeah, bro.
Welcome aboard the Matrix Minds. One of the most controversial conspiratorial shows on the web, the Matrix Minds. And that's right. Buckle up, everybody. Let's go. Paranormal, huh? Conspiracy, huh? Ufology, hidden Egyptology, and anything and everything we can get our hands on. Let's go. Welcome aboard. The Matrix Minds. The Matrix Minds. Your show.
You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole is. All I'm offering is the truth. Nothing. Stay in Wonderland. All I'm offering is the truth. Nothing. Stay in Wonderland. All I'm offering is the truth.
What is up, all my beautiful and gorgeous souls? I am Michelle Espinosa, otherwise known as the Shaman, through the Matrix Mind Media. So tell me, how many times have you wished that you had that special power of prediction? You know, to know what was going to happen before it actually happened and took place. To have some power and control over that situation before things came flying at you out of left field. The thing is, you actually can have that power. You can be aware of what's coming. Tune in to Astrology TV with me for Breaking the Cage every Sunday evening at 10 p.m. Eastern on the Matrix Mind Media. And I will go through the astrology and help put you on the right course and get you back in control of your own life. Love you guys.
This CBD fluid is a whole flower fluid extracted from the cannabis flower. We don't use any heat, butane, or chemicals when we extract, so we get all of the components of the plant. All the CBD, CBG, CBA, all the terpenes, all the flavonoids. This allows our body to absorb at 60 to 90% rather than the average of 6 to 10% absorption you would get with a CBD oil. Because our bodies are made up of mostly water and this is a fluid, it's highly absorbable so that you're getting 500% more nutraceuticals per dose. We also have this available in our CBD spray as well as a muscle rub with all kinds of botanicals. You're going to absolutely love it.
Check it out, Brainiacs. MatrixMinds.live/CBD. CBD I use. Feel free again. Feel alive again. And now back. So check this out, Brains. Here's the thing. You guys know this as well as I do. When it comes to everything and anything, regardless of Trump, right? I'll say man, he's a man. I've been challenged as to whether I do or I do not like him. I love him, okay? I like him. The problem with, there's been so much shit thrown at him that I don't really trust him, okay? The system that we're in is absolutely just ungodly. So I'm going to leave you guys with one thing and one thing only on our way out of here. Listen and pay really, really close attention to the very, 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 very beginning of the audio that you're about to hear. Other than that, you guys take care. Be safe. I will see you guys here on Monday night, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 9 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock West Coast. I hate you too, West Coast time. Good night, everybody. Listen, baby.
It's unknown, but we're getting to know it a lot better. Tremendous things in his great spirit.
Don't say that, I'll start to cry, and that wouldn't be good for my image. We don't want it. You don't want it.
It's unknown, but we're getting to know it a lot better.
Roger that. Clear to engage. Clear to engage.
Enemy.
Think again.
The very word secrecy is repugnant. The very word secrecy is repugnant.
What difference at this point does it make? What difference at this point does it make?
That American citizens who collaborate with the enemy have considered enemy combatants.
They can be. They can be. They're sometimes criminally prosecuted, sometimes treated in the military.
Well, let's talk about can be. I think
under Supreme Court precedent.
Right. There's a Supreme Court decision that said that American citizens who collaborated with Nazi saboteurs were tried by the military. Is that correct?
That is correct.
I think a couple of them were executed. A couple of them were executed. A couple of them were executed.
Yeah.
So if anybody doubts, there's a long-standing history in this country that your constitutional rights follow you wherever you go, but you don't have a constitutional right to turn on your own government, collaborate with the enemy of the nation.
Nobody knows the system better than me.
Of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret
How
proceedings.
the system is rigged against our citizens. System is rigged against our citizens. System is rigged. System is rigged against our citizens.
Invisible enemy. We're going for a while, but we win. That's beautiful. These are beautiful, wonderful children.